Hi everyone. What did I want to say? I'm literally blanking out. Okay, I got it this time. Hi everyone, welcome back to Gabbin with Gab, episode 17. See, I did it. We have a lot to talk about today. So, let's get on with it. I ramble a lot in this episode. When do I not ramble? But yeah, just a warning, I ramble a lot. But I'm excited. Let's get started. Okay, so today in my English class, we're in our theater unit, so we're reading a play, and the setting of it is in a Catholic school and a church, and then we watched part of the movie today, and it's in one of the scenes there's holy water, and I'm not religious, and I understand that it's holy because it was blessed by a religious figure, but is this water coming from the ocean? Is it coming scooped up from the Mediterranean Sea and getting exported? Is it bottled Fiji water, or is it coming from a fountain, or is it just fucking tap water? That's what I want to know where the holy water is actually coming from. Let's see. 1 second. Okay, so right now all I'm finding is that it's been blessed by a member of the clergy. But is it distilled water? Is it tap water? Here's how to make your own holy water. Let's see. Gather and consecrate your salt. So you need salt for holy water. Then obtain water from a natural source if possible. And then exercise the water. This is a lot of work for water. Sorry. I feel bad for anyone who's actually religious and listening to this. I literally have no clue about anything about religion. If you want to help me out and figure how this works, please do. I'm really curious about this. I get it. Does it have to be fresh water? Could it be salt water? You're putting salt into the water, and then it gets blessed. But here's pagan. Okay, so there's different. So Catholic holy water, it doesn't have a specific source, but pagan holy water has to be seawater or rainwater, or do you get both? Oh, I think you do both. And then you leave it in the moon. And then you do a bunch of... Okay, so I want to know where it comes from. Oh, the Bible's recipe for holy water. Let's see. Okay, I don't like this recipe because they didn't make it make sense, because it's all the Bible talk where it's he, thou, shall. I really don't care. Just put it in regular, idiot terms for me, please. I just need idiot terms. That's another thing I hate. In, English classes, when we would read, Shakespeare or any, really old literature, and it has, the old English, it's terrible. I fucking can't stand it. And I would purposely don't, I will definitely... if I read out loud in class, it's a rare chance, but I definitely won't be reading if there's any chance of, words like that. Hath, shall, shaft, all those weird words that, really shouldn't fucking be a word. You know? I'm I can't do it. Absolutely not. My brain can't even process it if someone else is reading. There's no way that, I don't even know what I was saying. Sorry, I started reading a sign, about, I'm parked by, this little beach, and it has, you're allowed to, canoe, kayak, and stuff, and then, I started reading the sign. Oh, but you can't, what? Why can you go paddleboarding but not kiteboarding? Boo. Wait, what's the difference between Windsurfing and kiteboarding. Okay, now we have another thing to look up. 1 second. Okay, so windsurfing is an extreme sports activity which involves the use of a surfboard with an attached sail. Windsurfers use the power of the wind to guide the sail to glide across the surface of the waves. Meanwhile, kitesurfing is a vibrant water sport that involves the use of a surfboard attached to your feet and a kite. That works more like a parachute and is connected by a harness. The wind can be strong enough to lift you out of the water several feet into the air, which is... Oh, that's why it's an extreme. Okay, I was going to say, because here you can do windsurfing, but you can't go kite surfing. And I'm like, what? They're pretty much the same thing. But I guess it makes more sense why you can't do kite surfing, because, like, it could lift you off the ground. And then what's parasailing? Parasailing is something else. Is that, like, with the boat? Like, with the boat and, like, the parachute? Yeah, it's where you connect to the boat. I always wanted to do that before. Like, I get why you can't swim in, like, a canoeing area. Like, you don't want to hit someone with the paddle. Or maybe you do. Maybe that's your cup of tea. Like, there's a few people I wouldn't mind hitting with a canoe paddle accidentally. Yeah. But is that all I was saying about that shit? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I went to Starbucks today because I had, like, a test. I don't know if I did good on it, but I had a test and I finished it, so I was like, I'm gonna get Starbucks to reward myself for doing the test. Yeah. And, like, I've kind of just been bored of Starbucks, not gonna lie. Like, I haven't had, like, a favorite drink there in a while. Like I have drinks that I like, but nothing that's, like, wow, like, oh my god, showstopper, I can't live without it. And I'm kind of just bored of it, but I'll go because I like the vibe. Like, first of all, I like that it's a drive-thru. Like, I think places need to have more drive-thrus, like 7-Eleven. They would make so much more money if they had a drive-thru. Like, a convenience store that's a drive-thru, that's even more convenient. Like, because, say it's midnight, it's something that's open 24 hours. I'm a teenage girl. I am an 18-year-old girl. And a lot of times I want things from 7-Eleven, like, late at night. I'm alone. Like, no one's going with me. So then I'm just like, oh, I'm just not going to get anything. Because, like, I'm not going out to 7-Eleven to hang out with, like, sketchy people. Like, the sketchy people are all out hanging outside the 7-Eleven at midnight. Like, the loser teenage boys, too, that are really fucking annoying. Like, I feel safe in my car. I feel protected. Like, if the doors are locked, I can run people over. I'm not actually going to run people over, I promise. But, like, if I need to, like, your car is also your weapon. It's a security blanket for you. When you, like, I can drive a lot faster than I could walk. Like, I am not the fastest runner. Like, I hate running. Like, but, like, when I'm driving, like, I'm like, I have a security blanket. So, like, I don't want to go out. But, back to the Starbucks thing. So then I go to Starbucks because I like that it's a drive-thru. And, excuse me. I like that it's a drive-thru. And so I went today and I got an iced blonde vanilla latte with oat milk. 2 pumps of brown sugar, and cinnamon cold foam. The cinnamon cold foam is really good. My favorite cold foam is Irish cream cold foam near Christmas time, and pumpkin cold foam in the fall. Those are the top 2. But I would say cinnamon is 3rd. Like, the vanilla is okay. I'm not a fan of the caramel, because I'm not, like, really a caramel person. And the chocolate one is gross. Like, I got it once. I got, like, the chocolate peppermint one. It was disgusting. I don't recommend, because I don't really like peppermint, and I don't like the combo of, like, chocolate and coffee. For some reason, they just don't go together, unless it's, like, coffee ice cream with, like, chocolate chips. That shit's good. But, like, I hate the one Frappuccino that's, like, really chocolatey. It's, like, Java chip, and I ordered it once at school on accident. Like, not thinking, like, oh, it was gonna be, like, hella chocolatey. Like, and it was, like, the same as the fucking double chocolate chip. Like, I'm like, why? What is this? But on the topic of, like, Starbucks, like, one job that I do not envy whatsoever is a Starbucks barista because of all the crap they have to go to. Like, if I worked in the food industry, I would want to work at Starbucks because I feel like it's a lot, like, cleaner, and it's not as, like, you're not having to, like, run around to tables, but, like, it is so much. I just wouldn't work in the food industry in general. And also, I like that you don't have to worry about touching any, like, meats, because I don't I don't eat meat, so I'm like, I couldn't touch it, especially if it's, like, raw. Absolutely not. Or, like, working at, like, Subway and touching the cold cuts. Like, cold cuts disgust me. Like, even before I was vegetarian, like, they always disgusted me. Like, they're slimy. Ugh. But, that was, like, one time I was on vacation in Portugal with my aunts and my cousins, and, like, we were in the car driving to the next town we had to go to, but, like, me and my one aunt stopped at the grocery store to get, like, lunch, and I was, like, this was before I was vegetarian, and, like, we stopped at, like, the grocery store and picked up some groceries for, like, the car ride, because it was a really long car ride. So, like, we were making sandwiches in the car, and then, like, my one cousin wanted, like, salami, and, like, at first she wanted meat, since I eat meat. She was like, oh, could you put it on? I was like, no, I don't like cold cuts, especially because you're stuck in the car then, and then it gives you, like, a smell on your hands. Like, I hate that, like, lunch meat smell. It's disgusting. So, like, I've always hated, like, cold cuts, so I would never be able to work at Subway. But, like, Starbucks, my one friend, she works there, and, like, I heard that one time she had this guy that wanted a really specific order, and, like, she had to remake this drink, like, 10 times. Because he was like, oh, no, it doesn't taste right. It doesn't taste right. Like, every fucking time. And so, like, she just kept having to remake it. And I was like, that sounds like actual hell. Like, I don't think I could deal with, like, the berating that comes along with being a Starbucks barista. But there are so many hot Starbucks baristas. Like, there's literally one that I saw today. Like, I saw him walking in because, like, I go to that one sometimes by my school. And, like, sometimes he's working there. And, like, he's really cute. And then I saw him in the parking lot, like, walking in. I was like, oh. I was like, I just missed him. Damn it. But, yeah, like, I don't envy that. Like, I would rather go broke than have to work in the food industry, not gonna lie. Especially, like, the fast food industry. Like, and they're, like, on their feet all day. Like, that's, ugh. Especially, like, but the one thing I like about it is it's not as, like, hot as, like, McDonald's or, like, Burger King where there's, like, a kitchen and a grill. Like, ugh. The grease in the air just is grossing me out of thinking about working there, and I would never work there. Like, I hate retail, but, like, it's a lot better than the food industry. Not by much, honestly. It's not that much better, but it's slightly better. You still have to deal with the same fucking idiots. And, like, when it's, like, fast food, like, there's so many idiots, but then it's even worse, honestly, like, the higher up the cost of the cost of, like, the products you're selling is, just because then they're not only stupid, they're, like, entitled and stupid. Like, at my job, the amount of idiotic old people that are just so rude, I can't. And then I also work with idiots too, not gonna lie. Yeah, they all fucking annoy me. Everyone annoys me at my job. Like, the workers, the customers, like, everyone pretty much annoys me. I like one employee other than my bosses because they're my aunts. Yeah. Oh, also, I was driving around, like, last week, and no, not even, like, on Monday, I was driving, like, around this neighborhood near mine, and I see this man literally start running out of nowhere, and, like, can we please, like, normalize not running in the street unless it's, like, on a track? Like, not running in the street, like, don't run outside unless it's on a track or something. Because when I see you running, like, on the sidewalk, especially if you're not in athletic wear, because there's this one man that runs around my neighborhood, and he's always in jeans. And one time, he was running, like, it was dark, too. I was in 9th grade. It was dark. I was walking to my friend's house before we went to the bus stop, and it's like pitch black. I can't see shit. There's like no lights on my street, and like, so I'm like literally holding my phone flashlight to fucking see, and I'm like terrified for my life, and I just hear running, and like coming from behind me. So my first thought is that someone's fucking chasing me. I was like literally crying. I literally started crying on this like walk, and I was like putting more pep in my step, trying to walk a little faster to our house, but I still had some time to go. Like, and I was like, this is gonna be it. This is how I die. Like, this, I'm literally gonna die right here trying to get to school. And like, and he just runs past me, and he always wears jeans. So like, it's even worse when they're not wearing like athleisure wear, because then you're like, why are they running? Like, because to me, people, if you're not like on a treadmill, or like you don't have like the pins with the number for like a marathon, like, you're running out of fear, or there's something to be feared. Like, I'm thinking like horror movie type shit. Like, you're either running away from something, like, do I need to be running too? Like, are they running just towards you, or are they running for anyone? Like, are you chasing someone? Do I need to like get the cops on the phone? Or like, are you chasing me? Like what do I have to do? Like, it's terrifying. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, is there something I should be concerned about? Like, I'm thinking someone's being chased, and God forbid it's fucking me. Because if I'm in my car, see, I could zoom away. If I'm running, I'm not making it that far. Gonna be honest. Like, and I wear very impractical shoes. Like, right now I'm literally wearing like 4-inch platform sneakers. Like, from Steve Madden. Like, my shoes were like pretty much all impractical. Like, my Air Forces, the bottoms are like, it looks like someone took a bite out of the bottom of my shoe. And like, those are my most practical shoes that I wear out. Like, absolutely no way I would make it. It's terrible. Like, it's absolutely insane. So I went to this thing at my school yesterday, and it was like a carnival and concert, and I didn't stay for the concert because it was like random people that I've never heard before, and they were just DJs, and like there was a DJ there during the carnival, and they were like EDM DJs, and like I really can't stand EDM. Like, even if it's a song I know, it's like honestly so annoying, because like I just hate it. I hate it so much. It's like, like, shut up. Like, just play the song. Like, I can't stand it. But, so I was late, of course. I wasn't late to, like, the actual thing, but I was later than I said I was gonna be there. And so my friends were, like, already at school, so they were all on, like, the line. And, like, I just parked. But meanwhile, I'm driving into the parking lot. Or maybe it was earlier that day. Yeah, it was earlier that same day, though. I was going to class, and I was driving into the parking lot, and there's a crosswalk, and, like, I'm further, like, I'm a decent distance from, like, the crosswalk, but, like, not that far from it, and, like, this kid, like, so since I was, like, a far enough distance, like, he starts walking on the crosswalk, and, like, he's taking his slow ass time walking. Like, I was like far enough, like he should have been like halfway through already, and like I was on my way to like a class. Like, put a little pep in your step, be a little bit more considerate. Like, it's always men take up too much fucking space. Like, you know, like how women like need to take up more space, men take up too much of that space. Like, no wonder why it's so hard for women to take up space, because men don't let them. They just stand in the way. It's so annoying. Oh my gosh, I'm watching the clouds slowly move. It's really cool. But, like, they just take up so much space, and they're just standing in the way. Like, put more pep in your step. Or the worst is when I'm walking, and, like, you can tell I'm really passionate about this issue, because I'm, like, fucking talking, like, 20 miles a minute. I'm gonna calm down a minute. Okay. But, like, especially when it's always a tall person, where their, like, hip bone is, like, up to my rib. Like, the top of my rib cage. Like, so their legs are really fucking long. Like, they're longer than half of my body. And then they still walk super slow. I'm like, your slow walk, for me to get around you, I'm practically having to run. you're like, and put a little bit more pep in your step. Walk at the normal pace of a person. I have places to be. And you're just taking up all the space. The worst is when you're walking on the sidewalk and there's like 10 people in front of you, like a group, or like in a hallway is even worse. And there's like a whole group of them. And like not even necessarily if you're tall, but they're just slow walkers and you just can't get around them. It's like, oh my God, I want to slam. Like, especially in high school, like I would be like, I'm about to slam my fucking head into a locker. Like, it was just terrible. Like, I'm like, this is just so slow. Come on. I have things to do. I get you don't care about, like, being on time, but I kind of need to be on time. Like, I kind of freak out sometimes if I'm not on time. Like, or, like, if I'm not on time based on the time I told myself I was going to be there. You know? Like, I just can't. But then, so then I went to, like, the carnival, and then I had to, like, run to the line, because they were, like, already at the front. And I was like, fuck. And, like, so then I zoomed, and I was like, I had to run, and then I got my bracelet, which broke off the first time, because it was, like, a cheap shit. Like, think of, like, an amusement park bracelet, but, like, worse, and it literally broke off. Like, I think they just don't know how to put them on, because I just pinned it together, and now I can't get it off. Like, I can't separate it. I think they just don't know how to put it on. Like, I really think it's a them problem. Because I'm not the only one who, like, my friends broke off, too. Oh, it looks so cute. I wish I put the fuck, whatever. But yeah. Like, what was I even saying? Oh, and then, so they had a bunch of food trucks and stuff. And originally, I got the taco food truck, because I was like, I need to eat, like, actual food. And I also didn't know that there was halal food that they were gonna have. But then, so I got a taco ticket, and then, you know, the taco truck closed, too, but, like, that, I switched out my ticket, because I was like, oh, they don't have any, like, they only have a certain amount of tickets per food truck, and then, so I originally got the taco ticket, whatever, and then I, like, saw the menu, and I was like, oh, it doesn't look like there's literally anything vegetarian, so I was like, fuck, I went and I switched out my ticket, and originally I wanted, like, the wonton truck, but they ran out of those tickets, so then I got halal. But the halal line was so fucking long. Like, so then they had Mr. Softy, which didn't require a ticket. So I got Mr. Softy twice. And, like, the second time, he literally, like, he asked me what I want. And meanwhile, this man is giving us, like, such little amount of ice cream. Meanwhile, we saw this one girl, and she had, like, so much ice cream. Like, we're like, what the fuck? Like, you just hate us, whatever. But then the second time, like, I'm like, oh, can I just have, like, a vanilla cone? And he goes, yes, ma'am. Like, how old do I look? Like, I literally got ID'd to go into the movies because they didn't think I was 18. Meanwhile, you think I'm a ma'am? Like, what the fuck? Don't call me ma'am. That's so insulting. I'd rather you call me, like, loser than fucking ma'am. Because, like, ma'am signifies I look like your fucking grandma. Like, ma'am? What the fuck? Like, that is, like, one of the most insulting things people could say. Like, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Like, the fuck? Like, I hate people that use the word ma'am. Like, don't say ma'am. Like, unless they're, like, a grandma, don't use the fucking word ma'am. Like, it's just rude. Just say miss. Oh, I broke the bracelet. Okay, slay. I can fix it now. But, like, yeah, I was very offended. I literally walked away. I was like, ma'am? Like, oh, I also got my fortune read. And gonna have an amazing life. Yeah, I was very happy with my fortune. It was more just for confirmation of me. Like, that was more just, like, my confirmation of everything I already knew. I was like, and she told me I was very creative when she read my palm, like, reading. No, but I felt so much pressure at one point. Because she was like, do you have any questions for me? And, like, that's, like, the main thing, like, with tarot cards. And I was like, I was sitting online for 40 minutes. I didn't know I was going to have to prepare questions to think of. So, like, I was like, fuck. I was like, sure. Like, I wish, like, she could just know. Like, I didn't know that. Like, but, like, it was free. So, like, I didn't mind sitting online for 40 minutes. Because I didn't want to do anything else. I rode the rides that I wanted to ride. Like, I really didn't care. Yeah. Also, recently, I say also a lot. But recently, oh, there's a swan. Oh my god, I want to talk about swans first. I literally love swans. I think, like, they're one of those, like, creature, like, why am I saying, like, one of the animals that, like, once they find a partner, like, that's their partner for life. Swan, partner, for life. Let's see. Yes, they form monogamous, I don't know why I couldn't read that, monogamous pair bonds that last for many years, and in some cases these bonds can last for their lives. Their loyalty to their mates is so storied that the image of two swans swimming with their necks entwined in the shape of a heart has become the universal symbol for love. Wait, how many? 11 animals that have, like, a mate for life. Oh, this little monkey called a gibbon. So cute. So cute. Black vultures. I don't like vultures. Their heads are, like, so ugly. Like, they're so wrinkly. Like, ugh. And it's, like, a gross wrinkle. It's, like, a circly wrinkle. It's gross. I don't like vultures. French angelfish. Wolves. Aww. Albatrosses. I literally had this one book about, like, marine life. Because I had, like, an obsession with marine biology when I was little. And, like, it was, like, there was this one whole thing about albatrosses, and I loved it. Like, I ate that shit up. That and puffins. Ew, termites. That's kind of cute, though, but they're disgusting. Prairie voles. They look interesting. Turtle doves. Sandhill cranes. Bald eagles. Don't otters have partners for life, too? I feel like otters do. Otters partners for life. Yeah, they do. The otters live in family groups that do pretty much everything together, and adults pair off. Aww, that's so cute. Like, I think that's so adorable when they have, like, one partner for life. Like, oh, so cute. Oh my god, speaking of wolves, I was watching Twilight. I watched Twilight for the first time. Like, all of the movies for the first time in my life. Last week I finished them. And, this one man is looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me. Mr. Backpack, stop looking at me. But then it, like, so, like, in the movie when Bella's pregnant, whatever, like, it's, like, a really fast pregnancy. And then that led to me having a really weird dream about this really weird pregnancy that I had, and I was so confused. And I was like, what the hell? And I remember, like, the baby daddy, like, it was pissing me off because I still don't know who it was in my dream, this fake baby daddy. I don't know who he was. Because I knew that I knew him in real life, and that I didn't like him in real life, but I hated him in my dream. And I hated even more the fact that I would have been stuck with him for life. And, like, literally, it was traumatizing, this dream. Like, it was a fucking nightmare. When I woke up, I was like, what the hell was that? Like, I was talking to my therapist about it. I was like, I don't even know what happened. But it was, like, and then also, like, I was on a boat because I was watching Sweet Life on Deck. So, like, it always happens. Things that I'm watching, like, just, like, trickle into my dreams. There was one time, like, I fell asleep to Criminal Minds, and I think I had, like, this murder mystery dream. Right now, I'm watching Only Murders in the Building. Such a good show. Really good. I'm only on season 1, like, episode 5, but, like, it's really good. Love Selena. Like, it's just so good. I'm like, I need another one. It's, like, adult version Nancy Drew. Like, that's what it reminds me of, like, because I used to love that, like, that Nancy Drew movie. Like, slay. But what I was originally going to talk about before I just went on, like, a 5-minute tangent about what I have no clue. So recently I've been, like, not wearing my makeup as much, like, my full face. Ow, that hurt. I just scratched myself. I haven't been wearing, like, a full face of makeup as much, and, like, so now I, like, that has, like, built my confidence so much, because, like, now I just do my skincare, and, like, it honestly helped my skin partially clear up by not putting all this makeup on every day. But then also, it's just, like, now when I do my makeup, it's, like, actually for me. Like, it's not, like, a chore anymore. Like, I do it, because I want to do it, not because I'm like, oh, I feel like I have to do it, you know? And it's like, it helps. Like, so now, like, my main thing is I just do my eyebrows and, like, mascara every day. And then, so when I do my makeup, it's, like, a fun little, like, activity. Like, I enjoy it a lot now. I say like so much, it's really annoying me. Sometimes when I listen to clips, I get very annoyed. Like, oh, fuck. It's just very frustrating when I keep saying it, because then all I hear is every other word is like. And I'm trying not to do it, but it's so hard not to. I remember for, like, in elementary school, we did, like, we did a Goldilocks trial. The thing is, too, the likes that I've been using, it's not like anything. It's the actual thing. I just said we did, like, a Goldilocks trial, but it was a Goldilocks trial. We did a Goldilocks trial, which is, like, Goldilocks was, like, this is so annoying. Goldilocks got arrested for, like, breaking into the bear's house. So Goldilocks got arrested for breaking into the bear's house, and then there was this whole, like, court case, whatever. And the guy who came in to, like, help us with this, I forget what he did, like I forget if he was a court person or, like, I did it again, a director. I don't really remember. But he was saying that, like, oh my god, this is so annoying. I'm getting so annoyed with myself right now. But he was talking about how people, like, our age, like, use the word like, and how it's every other word, and it's so annoying. I hate that it's every other word pretty much for me. But it's so difficult to, like, be conscious about it. It just comes out. It's so hard. Did the guy fall asleep in his car? Like, he was there, and now, like, I don't see him. I think he reclined his chair, just took a nap. But yeah, it's very frustrating. I hate how many times they say like, because I'll be trying to put, like, clips for, like, TikToks, and I'm like, I can't listen to this. I really can't. Like, it will be a clip of 10 seconds. And like will be in at least 5 seconds of the whole thing. I heard this one, like, someone say once that the reason why women tend to use, like, likes to fill their sentences because they're still thinking, but it's just, like, so programmed in us from society, from, like, men fucking being men and just interrupting women if they don't continue talking. So, like, you have to use filler words so you could fully get your thoughts out. And the thing is, too, I'm talking, like, no one's gonna interrupt me. I'm in my car alone. Like, no one's here to interrupt me, but I can't stop it. You know? I feel just this constant need to keep talking. It's a problem. I talk all the time. Like, I talk to myself all the time. That's where I was telling my therapist about this the other day, and she was like, that's good. But most of my ideas for talking on here come from me talking to myself, and I'm like, oh, let's put that in the pod, you know? I talk to myself so much. Like, talk to yourself. It is so good for you. You have to build the relationship with you. Talk to yourself. Like, if no one else wants to hear you talking, at least enjoy yourself talking, you know? Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today on episode 17. I will see you guys next week, right? Please say you'll be there. Let's hope I'll be there. I'm kidding. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. 6 o'clock, Thursday. You guys know the deal. I'm not going to continue with this rambling. Okay, I love you. Bye. Mwah.